Hello everyone, it is Ser Laurus of Agatha here to tell you about how to best play the man-at-arms in Chivalry Medieval Warfare online game. Right, I'm a veteran so you can trust me, and I've gone through all the different classes and I conclude that the best combination is the falchion, or falcon or however you want to pronounce it, with the shield, the big one, not the little one, and also a club to hit people on the head with. So, let us get started. Right, first thing is you want to use the falchion because it can be a 2-hit kill on light units. That includes the vanguard if you go for the head. What you're aiming to do is chop their head off. Yes, that's right, chop it clean off. It also can be a 3 to 4 hit kill on a knight, so it doesn't lack the hitting power of other swords in the category, but it still has the good reach of a sword. You have a shield to block the arrows of those pesky archers. Now these bastards want to shoot you and fill you with arrows. Don't let them do it. That's why we have the big shield, so that they can't shoot us properly. So what you want to do is hold right click to bring the shield up and charge at the enemy. You can sprint and hold the shield up at the same time, so it's a very effective way on closing in on those archers in no time at all. Now, you don't want to turtle, which means you don't want to just hide behind your shield when you are against melee foes, because they will kick you, and that is very mean, and you don't want to be kicked, because they can finish you off with a quick overhand, etc. Also, if you hold up your shield for too long, then you start losing stamina, and you have little enough stamina as it is in the man-at-arms, as a man-at-arms, so you don't want to be losing any. Also, the shield is good so you don't mess up with those parries. Now, people can be pesky with their parries, and you don't want to be here missing, because we have little enough health as it is also, as our man-at-arms. We don't have much of anything really. So, you don't want to be hit by one of those vanguard's big-ass swords. It'll take off most of your health. That is not a situation you want to be in at all. And that leads me on to this very important point, that as a man-at-arms, never, ever go into mosh pits. By God, don't go into them, because you just get hit by your own men as much as you get hit by the enemy, and it's a very bad place to be. You'll just get team killed. It is not a good place. I mean, if you really want to, skirt round the sides and pull off any stragglers, but don't go in there. Just don't. Don't think about it. Now, we carry our club round is to hit those pesky knights on the head, because swords sometimes get negative damage modifiers when attacking heavily armoured units like the knights. So, if you're in a situation where you're 1v1ing a knight, it is a good idea to pull out your club and hit them on the head with it, because then you can get the full force of your strength against those stupid knights. But you should only do it if you're just against knights. I wouldn't do it if there are another lightly armed people nearby, like an archer who decides to charge at you for no reason, because otherwise you're losing damage against them. So switch back immediately. Now, the golden rule of man-at-arms, my recruits, is you should survey your surroundings. You should stick to the outskirts of the battle and pick off any stragglers. Now that means attack bloody people, because in Chivalry, if someone is covered in blood, it means they are on very low health, and you can usually finish them off with one hit. Also, if people are not paying attention, it is their problem, and you are entitled to go and hit them on the head with your sword. But you should always be aware of your surroundings. Rule number 1 is watch your back, and you don't want to go charging into combat when you don't know what's around you, because you could get caught by a pesky vanguard from behind. It's a very bad situation, yeah. Now, my recruits, I must tell you, this whole dodging business is overrated. You shouldn't be using that much, because it uses too much of your stamina, and you'll soon find that you're exhausted, and that's not where you want to be at man-at-arms. You're supposed to be the mobile person. Yes, you definitely are. Now, when it is useful is when you are backpedaling. You can double tap forward to dodge yourself forward and stab. That is scroll upwards on your mouse wheel. and that will extend your reach a lot, and it might catch them by surprise. Also, if you have been kicked by an enemy, you may find it useful to dodge out of the way of their next blow. That is very good. Now, the second golden rule of man-at-arms is to stay mobile. Use your WASD keys to keep moving your legs. You don't ever want to be standing still. And if you're going to attack someone, you should go and give them a big hug and stick to their face. Try and get around them as well, so they're disorientated, yes, that, and they don't know where you are. Because if they don't know where you are, they can't hit you, they can't parry you, and you can hit them in the back. You can also do sprint flybys, meaning you don't release the sprint, and you just sprint past an enemy and swing at him, and that should be enough to piss him off quite a bit. Yes, it will. But when you're backpedaling, you have the fastest backpedal of any class, but beware of obstacles, because a rookie mistake is backpedaling into an obstacle that you don't know what's there, and then you get overhand by a knight with a big-ass maul. Now recruits, speed is your friend. You should run instead of dying. Don't ever run into a combat when you're outnumbered, like hopelessly. It is better to run and live to fight another day. You should run and regen your health. Also, you should zigzag to avoid those archers from shooting you in the back, because that would be a very bad idea to let happen. But beware of the chase mechanic. That means that if you are too close to someone who is chasing you, they will catch up with you, because that is how this game works. It is completely stupid, but it works like that. And that's another reason why you should zigzag, to break their line of sight. And parkouring also helps, and it makes you look like a bad ass. Now, if you're fortunate enough to own a mouse with those buttons on the side, which are used for forward and backwards in browsing, they also function as opposite slashing and opposite hacking. Now, these are very good for getting around an opponent's shield or parry, especially if they're not expecting you to do it. You can also use your stab for extra reach at a target, but don't ever use your overhead slash. It is simply not effective enough as the man-at-arms. And for God's sake, beware those halberds and mauls, because they can overhand you in one shot. You want to stay out of the reach of the opponent, but be able to zoom in again at a moment's notice. So ideally, the opponent swings at you, then you sprint forwards at him and slash his face off. Yes, that is a very good idea. And for people who want to be extra funny, you can kick them first just to piss them off. So thank you very much, all of you recruits, for watching my video. If you want to see more gameplay of me hitting people as a man-at-arms, I'm a very good man-at-arms, then click the link in description, and also visit my channel for funny clips and shit like that. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.